Hey guys, this is PaigeIsFalling from Devious Entertainment, and today I'm going to be talking with you guys about one of my most favorite games, Final Fantasy 15. Now, I know this game has been out for over a year, but with the fact that the new DLC just came out this past month, I figured, why not? One of my favorites, super excited about it. So to start out, I'm going to give you guys a little, hopefully not too spoilery synopsis of the game. You play as Prince Noctis with his crown's guard to go and meet your lady love, Lady Luna, who you guys have been best friends since you were young. And you guys are getting married because your father is making a peace treaty between the Empire and Insomnia. And so as you guys travel there, regretfully, it doesn't end well. The Empire backstabs your dad, and well, with the infamous Chapter 9, you regretfully don't get to marry your lady love. Seriously, Chapter 9, probably the most heart-wrenching part of the whole game. I had to take a break after that, take a breather. Oh my gosh. Try to find it if you're not going to watch it. It's definitely worth that. Final Fantasy, Square Enix, their cutscenes, always my favorite. They do such a great job with them. But after that, you do go on and you do end up saving all of Insomnia and the world from the darkness that is happening. It does take a while, and you do in the end your life, sadly, but all for a good cause. And thankfully at the end, like pretty much every Final Fantasy game, you can go back and play everything you haven't done. Which now brings me to the gameplay. All of the fighting in the gameplay, the fighting mechanic is so smooth. So much better than everything that I've had in the Final Fantasy franchise. I know they've worked on it like every time, but I think this is it. This is where they need to stay because it was so fluid, amazing. I was able to go from attacking to getting potions all in real time, and I just love that. If you do like, that old school wait, stop, wait, which it actually gives me more anxiety to do that one. You can switch to that. I haven't tried it, so I don't know if it's maybe smoother. Not. Maybe I'll try it later. I mean, even though I've technically finished the storyline, I haven't done Chapter 13 yet. I know it's there. I wanted to level up more. I also just wanted to run around some more in Insomnia and everywhere else. So, going on with that, we have the storyline, which is, of course, the synopsis of the story. There's also all the side quests. A lot of them are fetch quests, but, I mean, you get to travel around. Plus, after you get to a point, you unlock the fact to ride chocobos. Who doesn't want to ride a chocobo? I mean, they're one of my favorite characters. Every chance I got, I was riding a chocobo. But do remember, you can't really get to keep one. You do rent them. I just rented them as much as I could for as much gil as I had and just kept running for days. Worth it. And then, of course, there are the hunts, which you want to do the hunts. You don't want to skip them. They help you level up a whole lot faster. You get a ton of potions without actually having to pay for them, which, if you guys have played Final Fantasy, those potions are basically between being able to defeat that boss in that dungeon or dying and having to go back to town, get the potions. You sometimes have to wait until nightfall for the dungeon to open, and then go through the whole cycle again and hope that you can get through it this time. So always stock up on those potions. So definitely do those hunts. You level up through them, you rank up through them. The hardest hunt I've heard is the turtle, which you get to see near the end of the game. I personally haven't tried the turtle yet. I have heard through multiple YouTubers and Twitch players that it is really hard. It took some people like up to 2 hours to defeat, so I am going to stock up on those potions and make sure I am level 99 before I even dream of doing that. And going on from there, you are going to be leveling up different things as well. Photography, which a lot of people made fun of the photography, but it's so important later on in the game in a really heartwarming way. There's also the survival, which as Gladio gets leveled up, you find potions a lot faster, really helpful. Fishing is Noctis's, and let me tell you, fishing, not as easy as it seems. You think it's like the simplest thing in the world? No. I spent like 4 in-game days trying to get this one fish. And you know what it did once I got it? 8 my one bait that you have to go across the whole thing to get and do it again. But I did get it, beat the quest. Those are kind of hard. And then there's the cooking. Cooking is extremely important with the fact that if you're at a campsite, you get a buff for that, which yet again saved my life so many times. I don't know. Now, with all that awesome stuff and the fact that, this game was amazing to me, there was one thing I was upset about, and if you guys have watched reviews on it or watched people do gameplay on it, it's the driving mechanic. Now, I get it, Square Enix, you haven't done a driving mechanic before, but I mean, I want a little bit more control with my driving. Yeah, I get it, I'm on the road, and I mean, yeah, it's kind of cool that there's that collision control with the fact that, hey, I ran into a couple of cars a couple times. That was cool. But I couldn't go off-road. I couldn't forcefully go anywhere weird. I couldn't accelerate really fast. I couldn't do any of that. I mean, I've heard in new patches, apparently there's a new mod you can get. It's apparently free. I haven't checked it out myself. That you can make your car go off-roading. There's also the flying. Yet again, the flying car, after about, I want to say 3 minutes. I got 3 minutes of enjoyment out of flying around till I realized I didn't know how to land. And then what did I do? I crashed. And when you crashed, it's because you don't land back on the road or you don't hit a button at the right time. And then after you crash, you die. I mean, the flying was cool, but it's still, that mechanic's not there. I can see where they're going, but it wasn't there, and I kind of wish it was, because I mean, yeah, you can ride a chocobo across all this land, but chocobo is not as fast as the car. I don't care what anyone says, not as fast. A lot of fun, and there's a lot of things that you and your friends say during the whole thing, but I mean, the car is it's this really awesome looking car, and the fact that you can't really do much with it. Hopefully, maybe if they use the car option again, they will work on that, because, I mean, it was helpful, but it did take a long, long time. But other than that, there wasn't anything. I mean, I had a few times where a quick time event didn't go, even though I hit the buttons. One time my chocobo just randomly disappeared. I was still there physically, but the chocobo wasn't. And then just little things. I mean, I didn't see anyone floating. I kind of was expecting that. I heard some people saw it. I didn't. Other than that, I'd pretty much say that those were the only things that I really didn't enjoy on the game. I have played the DLC. The first two, I haven't gotten the newest one yet. Those are a lot of fun. Definitely check them out. They add more in-depth to the story. Gladio's really, really cool. Gives a new insight into where he went during that time period. Prompto's little different. Yet again, you find out a little bit more about his past. All that cool stuff. Ignis's, I don't know. I haven't played it yet. I do have to say, at least according to a lot of different games that have DLC, the DLC is not as expensive for a good at least couple hours. I think Gladio's was about hour and a half. Prompto's a little bit longer. Other than that, I'll have to see about Ignis. I'll get back to you guys on that. For this game, I would probably have to rate it a 8 out of 10, and that's mostly because I really was upset about that car thing. The car I was excited about it when I found out they were there, and then not. Other than that, graphics stunning as expected. Fighting style way fluid. Just that car thing, man. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, stay devious. Bye.